Hey everyone, let's get into it. Our goal today is to properly format the multiple drafts in your final summative revised assignment. So we're going to pull up two things. The first thing you're going to pull up is the final summative assignment itself. So in Canvas, go ahead and scroll down, summative assignment revised narrative, and then it's going to be just like we do everything else, follow that blue link there. So that will take you to this page, which has the checklist. Scroll down, there's the rubric, and then you're going to be putting all of your drafts here. Go ahead and label this top one final draft. And this will be where you put the one that you want me to evaluate on the rubric. So the second thing that you need to pull up is whichever of the narrative drafts that you have chosen to take to a final revision. So that might be your childhood piece, that might be your My Voice narrative, or that might be the Writing for Justice, the one that was about perpetrators, targets, things like that. I've chosen to do my childhood narrative about the bike ride. So the first thing I'm going to do here is select all of the text so far. You could also hold down Control or Command A, and then I'm going to copy it, Control or Command C, and then pull up my final here and paste it in. Okay, if this is what I've got and that's my final, cool. Now let's go below this because what we need is to put all of the previous drafts. So in your summative revised narrative, you're going to go to Insert, Horizontal Line. This is going to be the separation between your drafts so that I know and I don't start evaluating you on something that you've already moved on from and made better. Now, underneath this line, I am ready to put in my previous drafts and to talk about what I did. So in order to do that, we'll go back to this document where I have my childhood narrative. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to File, Version History, See Version History. File, Version History, See Version History. Click right there. And then you'll be able to see on this side all of the different versions. Now you're going to go to your earliest one. I started working on this in June, right? You probably started working on it somewhere in September. So go ahead and copy, and then you can see in here the changes that you've made. Looks like I fixed some spelling, tiny errors, and I took out one sentence. It's a small little thing, but I'm going to hold over, copy this version, go to my summative, and underneath this line, I'm going to say changes made. What did I do? I fixed spelling and tightened writing by cutting out an extra sentence. All right, you can see it there. Now I've got to insert another line, and you want to do this in the order that you made the changes. So, actually, I need to go ahead. Let's take a look at what I did on October 2nd. I added way more detail to the story and some dialogue. So now I'm going to copy paste again the whole thing, and I gave it a title. So it's important that not only are you marking your things, but you're noticing what it is that you actually changed in the piece. Now this actually, I should go from here because it's closer to the final draft. I need to put it in between these two lines. Now I've got to put in caps what it is that I changed. Let's see, how did I word this before? Changes made. I added dialogue, took the story further. This doesn't need to be a whole paragraph. I just need a couple of lines. What is it that you did? All right, after that, let's look. On October 8th, I changed a couple of words. Is that really worth putting in? I changed literally 3 words. I'm going to skip it. You can make your own decision about what's worth including as a real revision and what isn't. And then on October 16th, oh, it looks like this is an important thing to pay attention to. If you notice, just paying attention to this one word, I've changed wafting to wafted, right? I went from present to past. Let's take a look. I'm watching was changed to was watched, present to past. This is actually a pretty important revision, even though it might seem small. Is to was, right? Again, are to were. I'm doing something really specific here, so it is important that I include that. And then I added so much more to the story, so this revision, definitely super important. Let's go ahead and copy the whole thing. Again, Control or Command C, and then this is the closest one to my final draft, so I'm going to put it the closest to the top, and then I'm going to put what were the changes that I made. Changes made. I changed from present to past, and I added the ending to the story. Okay, you should have at least, 2 or 3 drafts, your final draft at the very top that's marked final draft, and then at least 1 more draft that was your rough draft, but probably at least 2 because you had your rough draft and then you had whatever targeted revision we were looking at for the week. Make sure that you are marking on these revisions what it is that you changed or whether it's the final draft that you want me to evaluate. Put your final draft up top. All right, thanks so much.